Hey everyone, welcome back to my personal channel, Social's Awkward. My name is David Vidal, and this is how to reconstitute your sticky pad. Let's go. For those of us who have refrained from installing big stereos, head units, the new floating iPads, or dash modifications, our T-Rexes have this super handy open bay on the passenger side, which, as simple as it may be, it dazzles in a way that only Campagna owners will appreciate. 4 noteworthy features to point out: this small pinhole in the back in case you get caught in the elements, a power dock outfitted with female USB and USB-C ports, the storage bay itself measuring 8.5 by 5.5 by 4.5, and of course the subject of this video, the sticky pad. Although I'm sure it's got a more formal name.
Unidirectional bonding strip.
Mr. Lightyear wants more tape.
As with most things on the T-Rex, you don't really understand the thoughtfulness of this little feature until you put some miles on the machine. In this small open-air cockpit, storage space is at a premium, and without this cushy, sticky surface, this bay would be rendered practically useless. If at any point this surface loses its stickiness, then whatever you have stowed there will end up flying around the cockpit, or worse yet, left on the side of the road after some SpaceX-worthy takeoff or those irresistible sweeps and hairpins. Be it sunglasses, a remote, your earbud case, a wallet, keys, you're counting on that item arriving at the same place as you each and every time. It is inevitable, however, no matter how meticulous you are, that dust and debris will settle on this sticky surface and, well, stick to it. The trouble is, after that occurs, you're left with very little recourse. You can either stop utilizing the space or peel this whole pad off and replace it, but before you do that, I have field tested some solutions that might just work for you. The first suggestion was provided by none other than Darren Burnside at TRex site in Atlanta. Don't scrimp and save like a miser only to buy your dream toy from a dealership that only wants to make a sale. You will need dedicated aftercare, so buy from someone who has an excellent track record. Talk to Durand and tell him I sent you. The first solution is good old soap and water. But before you just douse down your dash with Dawn, consider these techniques. First, make your soap and water solution very, very mild. You want a gentle mix with a liquid soap that has been stirred well and makes only a few surface bubbles. If your mixture is too soapy, the sticky pad will not reconstitute as well as it could. Remember, these pads are wear parts, which means they won't last forever. So we need to take care on how we maintain them to prevent premature expiration. Also, use a cloth that will not leave fiber as you clean, thus defeating the purpose entirely. The first thing you need to do is wet the surface very liberally, somewhere between a blue-haired protester and the depth of a V-neck at Berkeley. Just make sure the surface is wet enough to scrape. I have a 3M vinyl scraper, but you can use your Amex Black Card or any credit card-sized object. You'll need to repeat this process several times in order to scrape off all that stubborn debris, so make sure that you've prepared a decent bowl of soap. Wet, scrape, repeat. Once you're convinced that the surface is clear of any small fragments, wet the surface area one last time and give it a reasonable scrub with a good rag. The entire process only takes a few minutes, and the sticky surface will begin to dry in seconds. Don't try to use your rag on any portion that has begun to dry, or you'll end up having to start all over. Once this is complete and the surface is dry, you'll be thrilled to see that the surface has become sticky once again. However, you may also notice that it's not quite as sticky as it was originally, which for some of us is a good thing. But remember, these are wear parts, and you can expect that with the normal abuse of daily riding and seasonal cleaning, that this surface will eventually wear out. I'm fortunate enough to be riding a 2023, so this method is about as far as I need to go. But as you know, Daniel Campagna and Paul Deutschman created a nearly timeless look in the design of the T-Rex. So if you're riding something a bit older, or perhaps way older,
you have chosen wisely.
I've got some options for you as well. You'll start the same way that I described earlier by cleaning and scraping with mild soap water mix and move on to phase 2. This product is called Cutting Mat Cleaner by a company called Albachem, and it's designed specifically for cleaning surfaces that are intended to remain sticky. You don't want to use this like the soap and water though. This product contains a mixture of 2 different alcohols, so spray it on, wipe it gently, and allow several hours for the science to do its thing. Some people don't wipe at all, they simply spray it on and allow the alcohol to burn off naturally. Either way is fine, just make sure it's evenly applied. I used my fingers. If you complete all that and the surface still isn't sticky, I have one more solution for you to consider before you take the nuclear option. This product is called Aleene's Original Tack It, and it's perfect for this sort of thing. If you go this route, first complete steps 1 and 2. Wet, scrape, clean with soap and water, followed by the cutting mat cleaner. Now you'll be dealing with a virgin surface and you can confidently apply the tacket. There are several options on how this is applied depending on your desired level of stickiness. Here are some guidelines. You always mix this product with water. Never apply it directly, no matter how sticky you want it. The minimum stickage, which seems appropriate for this particular pad, is 1:1. You'll need about 1 tablespoon tacket and 1 tablespoon water, so equal parts. Mix it well, apply it generously with a foam brush, making sure it's spread evenly. You can use a different kind of brush like I did, but you'll end up picking off little brush hairs. Give this 24 hours to cure and you're back in the game. If it's not as sticky as you need it to be, simply make a less diluted mix and reapply. Just remember to refrain from putting it on without at least diluting it a little bit. I hope you found this video helpful. Please comment below with any successful cleaning tips that you've tried, and remember to be nice and ride safely. I'll see you out there.